Hey Megan, appreciate you coming in to see me today. Do you want any coffee before I get started?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, sure. So I saw that you signed the consent forms, and I just want to go over briefly with you before we start therapy. If you have any questions about that. So basically, I want you to know everything we say here, it is confidential. There are very limited circumstances in which I may have to share some information. For example, if I think that you are in imminent harm of either harming yourself or harming someone else, I may be bound to break that confidentiality. But other than that, everything here is going to stay within this room. Um, any questions about that before we get started?
No, no, thank you.
Great, sounds good. Um, yeah, well, thanks for coming in again. Why don't you tell me a little bit about you, sort of what's been going on lately and what brought you here?
Sure. Um, well, I'm dealing with an aging father. He's 83 years old. He lives
Mm,
in a very strange living situation, probably 10 minutes from me. He lives with a woman that he's been with for 10 years. They met in high school, went their separate ways, married other people, had children with other people. She was in a very abusive relationship for many, many years with her husband. And my dad lost my mother when I was about 4 years old. And so he's had other relationships. He was with my stepmother for 20 years. And then one day she literally told him, I'm not happy and I'm leaving, and left him.
mm,
And now um, his girlfriend, they live in a house owned by her wealthy son in law and her daughter. And so they're paying for this house. It's a very nice house on a lake. My dad pays the rent. His girlfriend is an artist. She doesn't have a lot of money. And so he pays for a lot of things for her, but he really doesn't have a lot of money to be doing that. And she came to me recently and said she's concerned about him, that he's having some memory issues. She thinks that he's having some physical issues, and she doesn't know what to do about it. And she really wants me to get involved. And she's talking about how I should consider putting him into like an assisted living type situation.
mm,
And so it's myself and my brother, who's 4 years older than me. My brother has a lot of issues of his own. He's on the, I don't know, kind of the autism type spectrum. You wouldn't really know it, but if you met him, you'd know what I mean. So he's not exactly, I can't really collaborate with him about it because he's just this kind of person that's like, oh, dad is dead, and that's just how he is. But I feel like
mm.
I'm being left with the burden. Like his girlfriend doesn't, not that she doesn't want him, but she's concerned about all these things and really wants me to do something about it. But
Mm.
I mean, I've known him my whole life, and I just don't see why he wants to stay in this situation.
And when you look at your dad, do you see him? How do you see like does he seem to be declining to you, or do you think he needs
Yes.
assisted living facilities too? So
I
the
don't
two
think
of
he needs
you,
to live in a facility, but what I think he needs to do
hmm
is get out of that house. He lives in the
okay,
basement of this house. He's kind of frail. The stairs aren't the greatest thing for him. The situation isn't
hmm
great for him. I either want him in
hmm
his own place or we've told him he can come and live with my husband and I,
sure. And how
which
does he
he's kind
feel
of
about it?
talking about, but sorry, go on.
Oh, how does your dad feel about it? Have the three of you sat down and talked about this together?
My dad and I have sat and talked about things. When I told him that he's having some memory issues, I said, could we maybe go and talk to the doctor and just they can do these scans? I've had scans on myself and I've seen there are things on my brain. So, I mean, don't you want to know if you're having these memory issues? Because I've seen it and the family's seen it. And he's very resistant to it. He's in denial about it. Like he just won't accept that this is happening. And he keeps telling me, well, if something like that's happening to me, I'm going to know. But all of us around him have been able to give specific examples of him having
Mm,
these significant memory issues.
mm. Do you think that, because I know with a lot of elderly people, they have a lot of pride, they're very resistant, they want to be on their own. Do you think there would be one incident, some sort of a breaking point, something that would make him say, you know what, maybe I'm going to reconsider? Like, is there something that would be a line in the sand for him?
Well, that's a good question. I wish I knew what that was, but I don't.
Hmm.
He's literally pretty much in good physical shape. He's old, but I mean, he still works outside and he does these things. But I think we're his girlfriend and I were worried that he's going to do something physical and hurt himself. He's got
Mm,
back issues. He's on disability from um, being in the military, and so I think that if he really seriously injured himself, like fell down,
hmm,
that might do it, but I can't even say that for sure. He's really stubborn.
hmm.
And that's what's
What would be
hard.
the,
Like I'm busy and I'm dealing with kids and a husband and this master's program. And I'm like, I feel like she just wants to be rid of him. So that's why I told him to come stay with us. But he's still got this, I don't know. It's just such a
hmm. And tell me about your relationship with his girlfriend. I mean, do the two of you get along mostly outside of him?
we do, but she's mean to him. And I've
How
seen it
so?
many times. Oh, he won't wear his hearing aids because he doesn't like to, and so he can't hear her when she's talking to him, and so she'll start yelling at him. There was a time I was over there and her elderly dog like stepped too far and fell down the stairs, and my dad happened to be standing there, but she reacted as though he pushed the dog down the stairs. She
Hmm.
screamed at him and she slammed the bedroom door.
Mm. And how does your dad react when she gets like that?
He tries to talk her down and tell her I don't know why you're getting this upset about it. That's not what happened. I'm not trying to upset you, but he says like no matter what he does around the house, it's not right and she has to redo everything.
Yeah, that sounds tough.
It's just a very weird dynamic and it makes me very uncomfortable to be around them. I don't even go over there
Hmm.
much. I invite him here
Hmm.
because it's just strange. Like
Do you really
he
see
was
her outside of him? Do you ever
only
spend any time with when he's not around?
Only when she came over here because I said I would sit down with her and have a conversation about her concerns.
Hmm.
But sometimes it can be hard for me to know if she's being manipulative because she has shown signs of that to me, or if he's the one having issues. What was strange was when I met with the two of them separately, he gave me a completely different story than what she told me was going on about the same situation,
Hmm.
which I thought was weird. I didn't know who I was supposed to believe.
Right. Do you feel like I had this thought too when we had to put my grandma in assisted living facility. Do you feel like if you had to do that and something went wrong in the facility or it wasn't a great place, you would always have some sort of guilt on yourself for putting them there?
I'm going to tell you, I would never put him there. And the reason is that um, this is a whole other thing. But so my mom was epileptic and she found a doctor that could repair what was causing her seizures. And she wasn't allowed to drive. And we lived in the country. She was stuck home with my brother and I, who were young. And she really wanted to drive and just have an independent kind of life. And she didn't have that. And so this doctor she found and a neurologist, best in the whole country, said, I can fix it. I know what it is. I've done it many times. Well, he did it and he took a shortcut and it caused her to have a massive brain hemorrhage and
Mm,
he saved her life, but because she had so much bleeding in her brain she ended up in a persistent vegetative state, and so she had to spend the next 7 years in nursing homes.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's where we visited her. And that they didn't take good care of her because the money started to run out.
Right.
And just going through that experience, I would never put my dad somewhere like that.
That sounds really
He would live
traumatic.
with me and I would hire somebody, a nurse, to come take care of him here.
Hmm.
So
So do these worries about what you're going to do with your dad, do they, how often do they intrude on your day? Are you thinking about this at work all the time? Are you
every
laying in
day,
bed
all the
thinking
time.
about it?
Hmm.
Hmm.
All the time. I can't help it.
Do you generally do you tend to have racing thoughts? Do you have
Yes.
ways of soothing yourself when you start getting into that mindset?
No, I have been diagnosed with anxiety, depression. So I've been on and off medications for it. I don't like how medication makes me feel.
Hmm.
So
Is there anything you do ever to distract yourself or any sort of relaxation things you do to take a
I
break?
like to read. I have like a Kindle reader, so I like to read.
Hmm.
I have TV shows I watch. I like to spend time by myself. I like to go biking. I walk a lot with my dog. So I like to exercise.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're in a really tough situation, and it's either way, it's a hard decision what to do with your dad. Like I could see definitely, um, everyone goes through this as your parents get older. Um, but I wonder if there's a way you can find other people. I know you said your brother isn't sometimes the best person to talk to about it. Who else in your family have you sort of bounced these ideas around, talked about what you might do?
My husband, because I'm not close with my family for a
Mm,
whole variety of reasons. That's a whole other
sure.
thing. I mean, my dad has seven brothers and sisters. We were all very, very, very close once, but there's a whole lot of issues with them that
Hmm.
I don't affiliate with them anymore.
Right.
So yeah, just my
So I
husband.
guess definitely, I mean, it sounds like there's a lot going on there. What do you think specifically would help you in therapy as we go through the next couple of sessions?
I think probably learning techniques of how to not let things overwhelm me. Like, I mean, I'm just a highly sensitive person. I know that about myself. And when something provokes my anxiety, I can physically feel it. And it's just very uncomfortable. And so I
Yeah, I
want to
mean,
learn ways to deal with that. Like, I get stressed out at work to the point where I'm almost crying.
I think there's a lot of different techniques we could do for you. And it depends. Some people, they want to come in, they just want to talk, and that's fine. And other people, they really want to learn certain techniques. Have you ever heard of something called neurofeedback?
Yes.
Have you ever tried it? I think that is something you could use. There's a device you put on your finger and measures your skin rate, your pulse. You can see that as an app on your screens. You can sort of
Oh,
train yourself as you have these intrusive thoughts to calm down. It's actually really cool. You can look at your brain waves as you do it like a video game and watch them calm down. So I've seen a lot of clients really have a lot of success with that. That's something we could do. We could work on some sort of guided visualizations, things like
okay.
that. Or we could just talk. I mean, some people come in, they want homework. They want to know, give me this, this, and this to work on. And other people, they just want to talk about what's going on. So I guess let me know as we go forward what sort of therapy you like, and I'll try to really structure things to what you're looking for.
Okay. Sounds good.
Great. Sorry, where are we at for time?
I got about 5 minutes.
Okay. Um, yeah, so tell me, as we go forward and have more sessions, what sort of things you'd like to see? How would you like therapy to develop for us? And I'll try to tailor a plan that would be good for you.
Sounds good. Yeah, I really just want to get control of my anxiety and not like, because it's coming out in all kinds of ways. My husband says, why are you so mad? Why are you yelling at me about something so
Mm.
small?
And
So
is he an anxious person too, or does he tend to balance you a little bit?
he's much more relaxed than I am, but we're both very type A.
Mm, sure, okay.
I don't know.
Um,
I get upset over little things that really wouldn't upset most people. It's kind of like, some water spilled the other day. And I think he kicked my water over in my office, and I was, oh my gosh. He's like, no big deal.
mm,
It's just water. It didn't even spill. Like, why can't I be like that? Or how do I get like that? I guess is the question.
So do you feel like there's a lot of other little things building up to this, and the issues with your dad is just sort of the last straw, just sort of pushed you to the level of too
Oh
much
yeah,
stress?
probably. Probably. Yeah. I don't have a big support network, so I think that's hard. A lot of
Definitely.
acquaintances, but not really close friends.
Hmm. Have you ever have you ever tried any sort of meditation practice? Any sort of mindfulness?
You have. I can't concentrate on it long enough though for it to do anything. I know I know that's terrible, but it's true.
You know, something that I found, and maybe this could be if you did feel like you needed some sort of homework, something that I really helped me was, you know, I had a therapist a long time ago that said, go out just once a week and just take a picture of something beautiful. It just could be anything that you like that is really interesting or something you have a question about. And every time you're nervous or you're stressed, just flip back to the picture and think about that. And I ended up having a whole album of pictures I just sort of flipped through. And it was great because, you know, if I went to the bathroom or I was in a situation where I would just mindlessly pull out my phone and maybe go through social media, instead I would try to train myself like, I'm going to go through this album and just look at these pictures. And so I thought that was a great sort of tool that I use to help me. And maybe that's something you could try to incorporate as well, just in the next week and see how that makes you feel.
I like that. Thank you. Oh, that's good.
Um, so yeah, anything else that I should know about, you know, other things that might trigger you, make you nervous, things outside of your dad, things that might sort of push you in that direction.
My kids,
Mm,
but I try to keep a balance. I mean, my kids and my husband don't always see eye to eye. We don't all see the same thing, so that can cause a lot of stress. I see it
and
one
are they
way, he
living with
sees it.
you?
We all live together, yes.
Okay, okay. How many kids?
Three.
Mm,
Yep. 13, 14, and 10.
oh wow. Okay.
Yep. All kinds of stuff.
And do you do a lot of things together as a family? Are they sort of
Yes.
I'm in high
Yes,
school,
we do.
I'm older, I want to do my own things. What do
They
you all
are
do to get
older, but they
together?
like being with us because we've always been that way. We always have
Hmm.
dinner together. We always go to, like, we're going to the homecoming parade tomorrow. So, I mean, we all do stuff together.
That's great. And in that moment when you all are all together just having fun, do these thoughts sort of creep in on you, or are you able to just put them aside and be in that space?
I can be in it for a little while, but then the anxiety comes and takes over. Like, okay, this
Mm,
is good,
sure.
but now we got to go do this later. And how are we going to do this? So,
And do you recharge by being with other people, or do you kind of retreat a little bit when that happens?
by myself, definitely.
Hmm.
But a lot of
Sure.
times, like, my husband likes to be with me. So, a lot of times, lately he's been on his own, but a lot of times he wants to be with me, but I need to be by myself.
Yeah,
So
sure. And it's hard to get alone time when you have so many people in a house too, right?
yes, yes, they're always knocking on the door, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
mom, and they want to be with me. So I like that.
Yeah.
So I think you're good. I think we're
Okay.
that, and yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Are we